Hey, my duck YouTube, welcome back to a new video with Rams fan YT. I know there's a lot of League One fans subscribed to my channel, and I won't try and feign ignorance, but I don't know a lot about League One, but I'm sure I'll learn a lot more about it when Derby do probably inevitably get relegated at the end of this season. But I will make a video for those people out there about their managers and how they were as a player. Plenty of good ones. I think Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Burton, absolute legend for Chelsea as a player. Darren Moore, he played for West Bromwich Albion and Derby County, of course. So obviously there are some very good ones. Obviously there will also be some absolutely dreadful ones as well. But we'll start with alphabetical order for clubs, starting with Accrington Stanley's John Coleman. Well, he actually had quite a long playing career, but this was mainly in non-league football for teams like Kirkby Town, Burscough, Marine, Southport, Runcorn Houghton, Macclesfield Town, Morecambe, Lancaster City, and Ashton United. He did also have a short spell in Wales with Rill. But he was actually one of the most prolific non-league goal scorers in history, with over 500 goals to his name in a career which spanned almost 2 decades. This success actually saw him play for the England national game 11, which was the England team made up of semi-professional players, which I think is now called something like the England C squad. And he received many Player of the Year awards from the clubs he played for, so he's not a bad player. I think he's quite a good one. Mark Robinson. Well, he was a very promising youth player, and he had spells at Arsenal and Charlton, but predominantly trained and played for Fulham before injuries put a halt on his progression. After an attempt to resurrect his career at Tooting and Mitcham at 19 years of age, more injury issues put a stop to any serious playing ambitions. So he could have been great, but it's a case of most managers of sustaining an injury and therefore not living up to the potential. Ian Everett. Well, Everett began his career as a central midfielder, but was later converted to a central defender. He began his professional career in 1999 at Derby County. And he also played for Northampton Town on loan, Chesterfield in 2 spells, and Queen's Park Rangers and Blackpool. As a player, he gained promotion with Blackpool from League One to the Championship in 2006-07, and from the Championship to the Premier League in 2009-10, and also with Chesterfield from League 2 to League 1 as champions in 2013-14. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Hasselbank was a quick sprinter and had a powerful shot, able to shoot with his left foot, despite being primarily a right-footed. Tom Sheen, who's sports reporter for The Independent and a Chelsea supporter, wrote that Hasselbank possessed one of the best strikes ever seen at Stamford Bridge. He was an expert free-kick taker, great with both feet and decent in the air. Mark Bonner. He never was a player who started as a coach. Well, he started as a coach within the Cambridge United's academy. I think it was like under 16s or something ridiculous like that. Johnny Jackson. Please be aware, a lot of these are interim. So, and I did my research mainly yesterday. So there may have been a few announced today, which I was not aware of. But I think they mainly will be correct. So Johnny Jackson. Well, he won League 2 in 2009-10 with Notts County. He was in the PFA Team of the Year in 2011-12, the League 1 campaign that was, where Charlton Athletic won the league. And he also actually made 20 appearances for Tottenham Hotspur when he actually started his career. So he is a decent player. Michael Duff. As a schoolboy, he represented North Yorkshire and joined the Darlington Football Club School of Excellence before moving to Cheltenham in 1994. Spotted by Cheltenham Town scout Derek Bragg playing for Carterton Town, Duff was invited by Mike Davis, the youth team manager, to join Cheltenham, then playing in the Southern League. He had a spell on loan at Cirencester Town before returning to Cheltenham when Steve Cotterill took over as manager. We'll come on to it later. He became a regular for Cheltenham and went on to play 242 games and score 15 times, including a 93rd minute winner in a 3-2 victory at home to Yeovil Town in 1999. and secured Cheltenham Town promotion to the Football League. On the 5th of July 2004, he made a £30,000 switch to Burnley, where he became a regular, if not always automatic, first-team choice. Over the next couple of seasons, he established himself as a first-choice right-back, although he had equally often played at centre-back. His first Burnley goal was credited in a League Cup game against Cowley United, even though it might equally have been credited as an own goal. But he finally got an incontrovertible goal on the score sheet on the 14th of October 2006 against Hull City. Duff was part of two of the Northern Ireland's finest international moments of recent years. As a late substitute in their 1-0 victory over England on the 7th of September 2005, and then in a 3-2 victory over Spain on the 6th of September 2006. In the 2007-8 season, Duff picked up a serious injury during the championship match against Crystal Palace at Turf Moor. The injury ruled Duff out for almost a year, causing him to miss the first half of the following campaign. He suffered multiple ligament damage and hamstring damage, as well as a cruciate knee injury. Duff started his first Premier League match on Boxing Day 2009 against Bolton Wanderers at Turf Moor, having made his debut as a substitute in the preceding game versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. In doing so, he completed the rare feat of having played in each of the top 8 tiers of English football in ascending order during his career. The Hellenic League with Carterton Town, the Southern League Midland Division with Cirencester Town, the Southern League Premier Division, Conference prior to its 2004 reorganisation, League 2 and League 1 with Cheltenham Town, and the Championship and Premier League with Burnley. Obviously now Conference North and South, or National League North and South exists. So is slightly different now, but it's still a great record and shows that if you work hard in non-league, you can work your way to the very top. But continuing on about Duff. Well, after Burnley's relegation, Duff remained with the team, and over the next 3 seasons, he was a frequent, though not automatic, first-team choice, as injuries and competition for places saw him play roughly half of Burnley's league matches in each of the seasons through this period. By the summer of 2013, having earned a season extension for the 2013-14 season on the basis of his appearances, Duff was the longest-serving player at the club. On the 2nd of July 2014, Duff signed a new 1-year contract with Burnley. Duff remained the only survivor of the squad that reached the Premier League in 2009, and his final deal meant that the former Northern Ireland international entered his 11th season with the club. Duff retired from playing professionally at the end of the 2015-16 season, having helped Burnley win the Championship title and promotion to the Premier League. As a result of this, Duff became the first footballer to be promoted to the Premier League on 3 occasions with the same club. David Artel. He began his career as a centre-back with Rotherham United, as the Millers won successive promotions from the 3rd Division to the 1st Division in 1999-2000 and 2000-2001. He joined Shrewsbury Town on loan for the 2002-3 season before successive 2-year spells with Mansfield Town and Chester City, then joining Morecambe in July 2007. He joined Crewe Alexandra in June 2010 and captained the Railwaymen to victory in the 2012 League 2 playoff final. He joined Port Vale in July 2012, but switched to Northampton Town the following month. After a loan spell at Wrexham in February 2013, he joined the club on a permanent basis 7 months later. He signed with Barla Town in summer 2014, and then Port Talbot Town in February 2016, and then Kidsgrove Athletic and Royalston in 2016. He also won 7 caps for the Gibraltar national team in 2014 and 15. Gary Mcsheffrey. As a player, he was a striker and left winger who made more than 450 appearances in the Football League and Premier League, including 247 for Coventry City, where he became the youngest player ever to play in the Premier League. He went on to play for Stockport County, Luton Town, Birmingham City, Nottingham Forest and Leeds United before returning to Coventry in 2010. Released in September 2013, he signed for Chesterfield later that month. In January 2014, he signed for Scunthorpe United on a free transfer until the end of the 2013-14 season, before moving on to Doncaster Rovers, Eastleigh, Grimsby Town and Frickley Athletic. He scored more than 100 league goals during his career. Mcsheffrey has also played internationally for England at under-20s level. Stephen Craney. Can I just say how many people called Stephen as managers in League One? I think it's like 4 or 5. Absolutely ridiculous. But he was a left back, and he made 319 appearances in the Premier League and Football League, including 214 for Blackpool. In his 18-year-long playing career, Craney has also previously played for Celtic, Southampton, Leeds United, Wigan Athletic and Fleetwood Town. He joined AFC Fylde in December 2015 for a brief spell as well, but I think that's where he retired maybe. And he also played for the Scottish national team on 12 occasions. Steve Evans. Evans failed to break into the first team at Bolton and was released in 1979. He then returned to his native Scotland and joined Clyde, where he played in 36 league matches, scoring 4 goals, before joining Albion Rovers in 1981, where he scored 28 goals in 76 league matches during 3 years at Clifton Hill. He subsequently moved to Ayr United in 1984, scoring 4 goals in 30 matches, and to Hamilton Academical in 1985, where he only played in 2 league matches. He joined St Johnstone in 1985 and scored 6 goals in 24 matches before a knee ligament injury ended his playing career in 1986 at the young tender age of 24. John Mcgreel. He began his career with local club Tranmere Rovers at the age of 17 and moved from Warwick Rimmer's youth team to the first team set up under John King in 1990. He scored his first and only goal for the club on the 23rd of February 1994 in a 1-1 draw with Leicester City at Filbert Street. However, he also scored the equalising goal for Leicester with an own goal when he sliced in Ian Ormondroyd's header, which would otherwise have gone wide. He played 27 games in the 1996-97 season as Tranmere finished 11th in the First Division under the stewardship of John Aldridge. He missed just 4 league games of the following campaign as Rovers posted a 14th place finish. He featured 42 times in the 1998-99 season, helping Tranmere to another mid-table finish in his final season at Prenton Park. In the summer of 1999, with Huddersfield Town manager Steve Bruce and Ipswich Town manager George Burley both interested in signing Mcgreel, he opted to sign for the Suffolk club after a £650,000 offer, rising by 2 further instalments of £50,000 after 30 and 60 games, was accepted by Tranmere. He was signed as a long-term replacement for Tony Mowbray. Mcgreel made his Ipswich debut on the 7th of August 1999 in a 3-1 win over Nottingham Forest at Portman Road. He received his first red card in only his 8th match for the club on the 11th of September during a 1-1 draw with Portsmouth. He helped the team reach the playoff final at Wembley, where they beat Barnsley 4-2 to earn promotion to the Premier League. In his 3rd Premier League match for Ipswich, Mcgreel scored his first goal for the club, with the opener in a 3-0 win over Everton at Goodison Park, in a season which saw Ipswich climb the league table to ultimately finish 5th and earn a place in the 2001-2 UEFA Cup. He scored his 2nd goal with a winner in a 2-1 victory over Tottenham Hotspur on the 12th of January 2002. But he couldn't help halt the side slide down the league as they finished the 2001-2 season in 18th place and are relegated back to the First Division. The following season saw Ipswich once again playing in the UEFA Cup, having qualified through the UEFA Respect Fair Play ranking. As Mcgreel scored in his first game on the new campaign, as Ipswich Town defeated Avner Begin 8-1 at Portman Road in the qualifying round second leg match on the 29th of August 2002. He scored once more in an injury-affected season with the opener in a 2-2 draw against Burnley, but could only muster 22 appearances all season. Another injury-hit season followed, where he where he missed much of the start of the season, but returned to help Ipswich reach the playoffs. But they were defeated over 2 legs by West Ham United. Mcgreel scored once during the 2003-04 season in a 1-1 draw with Reading on the 10th of January. Mcgreel left the club in the summer in search of a longer contract offer elsewhere, and manager Joe Royle said that I never wanted to lose him, and of the 8 players that left the club in the summer, he was my biggest regret. Mcgreel refused the offer of a new deal to remain with Ipswich in the summer of 2004, and so therefore instead opted to sign for Burnley on a 3-year deal. Manager Steve Cotterill described Mcgreel as one of the best defenders in the First Division. He made his debut for the side on the 7th of August 2004 in a 1-1 home draw with Sheffield United, before scoring what was to be his only goal for Burnley in a 3-0 win over Crewe Alexandra at Turf Moor on the 11th of September. He formed an excellent centre-back partnership with Frank Sinclair and made 45 appearances in his first season with the Clarets. He made a further 38 in his second, while he could only manage 23 first-team appearances during the 2006-07 season, which was mainly affected again by injury. After leaving Burnley at the end of the 2006-07 season, Mcgreel returned south, briefly joining Championship side Colchester United on trial, but manager Geraint Williams decided against offering the player a contract. Michael Appleton. Appleton attended Seedley Primary School and Buell Hill Secondary School in Salford. He represented the football teams of both schools, playing as a striker until the age of 12 or 13, before switching to midfield. A lifelong Manchester United fan, Appleton progressed through the club's youth system before earning a professional contract in 1994. He had a brief loan spell at Wimbledon in 1995, featuring their makeshift squad for the 1995 UEFA Intertoto Cup, along with fellow United players Graham Tomlinson and John O'Kane. In the 1995-96 season, Appleton was loaned out to Lincoln City for a month to get first-team experience, playing 4 Division 3 matches and 1 match in the Football League Trophy, before returning to Old Trafford. In October 1996, Appleton made his Manchester United debut in the 2-1 League Cup victory versus Swindon Town. Appleton's second and last game for the Red Devils was a 2-0 defeat at Filbert Street against Leicester City. In January 1997, Appleton joined Grimsby Town on a 2-month loan from United, scoring 3 goals in 10 league matches for the Mariners against Swindon Town, Barnsley, and United's Manchester rivals Manchester City. He returned to United in March 1997. In the 1997-98 pre-season, Appleton joined Preston North End for a then club record fee of £500,000. In his 3.5 years at Deepdale, Appleton played 145 first-team games, scoring 15 goals. He also played an important part in the Lily Whites' promotion to Division 1 in 2000 as Division 2 champions. In January 2001, Appleton moved from Preston to West Bromwich Albion for a fee of £750,000, signing a 3.5-year contract. He made his debut in a 2-1 victory versus Sheffield United, picking up a yellow card, and went on to play an important part in the Baggies' playoff chase, although they ultimately lost to Bolton Wanderers in the semi-finals. At the start of the 2001-02 season, Appleton was a regular in the first team, but on the 19th of November 2001, Appleton tore his posterior cruciate ligaments in his right knee after an accidental training ground collision with teammate Des Little. He was initially expected to be out for the rest of the season, with West Brom getting promoted to the Premier League. Appleton had to wait until February 2003 for his return to football, 28 minutes into a reserve team match against former club Manchester United. In November 2003, at the age of 27, Appleton was forced to retire after losing his 2-year battle against injury. West Brom manager Gary Megson described Appleton's retirement as one of the saddest days I've had as a manager. Football can't afford to be losing a player of his like. Appleton, who played his last first-team game of football in a 1-0 win at Birmingham City on the 7th of November 2001, made a total of 38 appearances for West Bromwich Albion. Liam Manning. Manning played for the academy of his local side Norwich City before joining Ipswich Town in 2002, where he spent a year as a professional before being released in 2005. He had a brief spell playing in Iceland for Selfoss and spent 2 years playing for non-league club Leiston between 2006 and 2008, before retiring as a player to focus on coaching. Stephen Robinson. Robinson began his career with Tottenham Hotspur's youth system as a trainee, signing a professional contract in January 1994. He joined AFC Bournemouth due to the lack of first-team opportunities at Tottenham. After a highly successful time at Bournemouth, Robinson joined Preston North End in 2000. After failing to force himself into Preston's starting 11, he joined Bristol City on loan until the end of the 2001-2 season. After this, he joined Luton Town for a fee of £50,000 in 2002. He was forced to play on the right wing by then-manager Joe Kinnear, despite his position being an attacking central midfielder in his Bournemouth days. New manager Mike Newell soon reverted Robinson to his favoured central midfield role, and he was rewarded with a League One championship in 2005 and a 10th place finish in the championship in 2006. During the 2006-07 season, Robinson captained the side in Chris Coyne's absence and was handed a new 2-year contract by the Hatters boss, Mike Newell. On the 26th of July 2008, Robinson agreed to a mutual termination of his contract at Luton. Carl Robinson. He played for Carnarvon Town, Bamber Bridge, Marine, Oswestry Town, Rill, Kidsgrove Athletic, Prescott Cables, St Helens Town, Alsager Town, and Warrington Town. Robinson played as a striker, being described as a big, powerful centre-forward, and later in his career played as a midfielder. Stephen Schumacher. He started his career with Everton's academy before having a couple of loan spells at Carlisle United and Oldham Athletic. He then went on to play for Bradford City, Crewe Alexandra, Bury, Fleetwood Town and Stevenage. He retired after being released from Southport as his final club. Danny Cowley. Playing as a midfielder, he also spent time with non-league clubs, including Barking, Romford, AFC Hornchurch and Brentwood Town, before his career was ended by injury in 2007. Paul Warner. He started playing non-league football for Great Yarmouth Town before moving on to Diss Town, with whom he won the FA Vase in 1994. After playing for Wroxham, he started his professional career at the age of 23 when he signed for Wigan Athletic, before moving to Rotherham, where he played over 250 games in all competitions. Then he moved to Oldham, where he became a firm fan's favourite in his time there, helping the club to the League One playoffs in the 2006-07 season, eventually moving on the free transfer to Yeovil Town, where he struggled to get amongst the goals regularly. During the summer of 2009, after failing to agree a new deal with Yeovil, he joined his former club Rotherham United on trial and impressed pre-season. He subsequently signed a 1-year contract with the Millers, scoring on his debut on the opening day against Accrington Stanley. On the 11th of August 2009, he scored the equalising goal as Rotherham surprisingly beat Championship side Derby County 2-1 in the first round of the League Cup. It was made all the more of an upset by the fact that Derby had reached the semi-finals of competition the previous season. He signed a 1-year contract extension in June 2010. Darren Moore. He played for Holly Lane Colts and in 1989 had a trial with Walsall. He began his football career, though, as a trainee with Torquay United in June 1990 and made his debut while still a trainee on the 24th of March 1992 in a 2-1 defeat at home to Birmingham City. He turned professional in November 1992, and Moore began the following season as first choice of the centre-back department, alongside Wes Saunders, and went on to play over 100 league games for Torquay before leaving to join Doncaster Rovers for a fee of £62,500 in July 1995. Moore arrived at Doncaster with Torquay teammates Scott Colcombe and Dwayne Darby. He appeared in the first game of the season, a home victory against Scarborough on the 12th of August. His first goal came in a draw at Barnet on the 4th of November that season. Altogether, Moore played 84 games and scored 8 goals in his first 2 seasons at Bellevue. His time at Doncaster wasn't easy, as the club at that time was in the grip of owner Ken Richardson, which, when I do Doncaster Rovers history in a few weeks' time, you'll find is not a very nice man. He had been charged with attempting to burn the main stand down, something that had happened only days before Moore had arrived at the club. Financially, the club was in dire straits, and worse, Kerry Dixon, the manager, had said Richardson was picking the team, not him. On the back of this, on the 4th of June 1997, he left for Bradford City for a fee of £310,000. He played 18 times during his first season, with injuries limiting his starts. But in 1998-99, he started 44 games, helping City to promotion into the Premier League for the first time. During the summer, he refused to sign a new contract and fell out of favour with manager Paul Jewell. He played just once more for Bradford in the League Cup against Reading. Portsmouth snatched his services from a collection of other suitors for a fee of £500,000. In November 1999, he spent less than 2 years at Fratton Park before turning to the West Midlands with West Bromwich Albion for a fee of £750,000 on the 14th of September 2001. The following day, he made his Albion debut as a second-half substitute in a 2-1 win at Watford. Moore proved to be a rock at the heart of the Baggies' defence as they earned promotion for Premier League in 2001-2 and was named in the PFA Team of the Year for the First Division. After Albion were relegated from the top flight, he helped them bounce back at the first attempt, figuring in the promotion-winning side of 2003-4. Moore struggled to hold down a regular first-team place during the first half of the 2005-6 season. He was sent off in the match against Wigan Athletic on the 15th of January 2006. His only dismissal in 100 games, over 100 games actually, for Albion. It proved to be his last game for the club, and later that month he was signed for Derby County by Phil Brown for a fee of £300,000, rising to £500,000 depending on appearances. Moore was a pivotal figure in the 2006-7 season, the Derby side that clinched promotion back to the Premier League after a 5-year absence, by winning the Championship Player Final 1-0 against his former club, West Brom. This was the 4th time he had been part of the squad which won promotion for Premier League, following on from his successes at West Brom, where he gained promotion twice, and Bradford. His form that year led to him being named the PFA Team of the Year for the 2006-7 Championship. In the 2007-8 Premiership season, Derby were relegated as the bottom club, and I think we all know why. Although Moore was awarded the club's Eternal Player of the Season award, although the external one was actually awarded to the fans. Following the club's relegation, manager Paul Jewell allowed Moore to talk to his former club Bradford City, who were managed by his former teammates Stuart McCall and Wayne Jacobs as his assistant. However, Bradford City decided not to pursue their interest in Moore, instead opting to sign Graham Lee. Moore signed for Barnsley on the 2nd of July 2008, and Barnsley manager Simon Davey said they beat off competition from several sides to land the experienced defender. He scored his first goal for the club on the 1st of November 2008 with a header and a 3-1 win against Charlton Athletic. He scored his second goal for the club on the 17th of April 2010 against Swansea City. On the 2nd of May 2010, After the West Bromwich Albion game, Moore was released by Barnsley. Moore signed for Burton Albion on the 7th of May 2010, days after his release from Barnsley, rejecting offers from higher level clubs. On the 3rd of August 2010, he was announced as the club's new captain, replacing Darren Stride. Moore left the club on the 7th of February 2012. He then played for a while for Wellington Amateurs before returning to his old club West Brom to be employed as a youth coach. Moore made 3 appearances for the Jamaican national team from 1999 to 2000. Steve Cotterill, the man we've heard so much about already today in this video, and is still technically a manager. He started his playing career in non-league football as a forward who could play centrally or in wide positions, playing semi-professionally at clubs like Cheltenham Town, Alvechurch and Burton Albion. In 1989, he moved into professional football when signing for Wimbledon in the First Division. He made 25 appearances in 4 years at Wimbledon and went out on loan to Brighton and Hove Albion to recapture his fitness following a serious cruciate knee ligament injury. Cotterill signed for Bournemouth in the summer of 1993 for a fee of £120,000. It was out of contract and this fee was set by the then transfer tribunal. In 3 years at Bournemouth, he got his career back in good shape, scoring 18 goals in 55 league starts for the club. While at the club, he picked up 3 Player of the Season awards, but had to finish his career in 1996 after another bad knee injury from which he was unable to fully recover. Lee Johnson. In 2000, Johnson signed for Brighton and Hove Albion, scoring in his only appearance for the club against Cardiff City in the Football League Trophy, while having a non-contract spell with Brentford during the final months of the 2000-2001 season. He's a call into the squad. He then went to sign for side Yeovil Town in July 2001 on a free transfer. Managed by his father Gary, Yeovil achieved 2 promotions, reaching the Football League Second Division. In this time, Johnson won the Player of the Year award 3 times consecutively. Johnson joined Scottish Premier League club Hearts of Midlothian on the 11th of January 2006 for a transfer fee of £50,000, signing on to a 2.5-year contract. His debut came as a late substitute in a 4-1 victory over Dunfermline Athletic, and he started his first game in another 4-1 win over Hearts' Edinburgh's derby rivals Hibernian. Less than 2 months after Johnson joined Hearts, manager Graham Rix was sacked, which resulted in Johnson receiving less game time. He made only 1 substitute appearance prior to his departure 6 months after signing. In August 2006, Johnson rejoined his father at Bristol City. On the 12th of August 2006, Huddersfield Town manager Peter Jackson was sent to the stands after grabbing Johnson around the throat in a touchline incident 10 minutes from full time. He was part of the Bristol City team and won promotion to the Championship in the 2006-07 league campaign. In the 2007-08 season, Johnson enjoyed a favoured season for Bristol City as they pushed for promotion to the Premier League, being a key figure in their run to the playoff final, which his side lost 1-0 to Hull City, narrowly missing out on promotion. On the 1st of January 2010, Johnson joined fellow Championship side Derby County on an initial month-long loan. He played his first game for Derby the following day in an FA Cup fixture at Millwall, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Johnson returned to Bristol after this spell came to an end. Despite Derby intending to retain Johnson until the end of the season, Bristol refused. He subsequently went on loan to Chesterfield in August 2011. His stint at Bristol concluded on the 31st of January 2012 after his contract was mutually terminated. On the 10th of January 2012, just charging it, so if that's why you see a Y, that's why it is. On the 10th of January 2010, Johnson joined a fellow Championship side, where am I? On the 10th of February 2012, Johnson signed a 2.5-year deal with Scottish side Kilmarnock, returning to Scotland after his departure from Hearts 6 years previously. On the 18th of March, he played in the Scottish League Cup final in which Kilmarnock were victorious over Celtic, when Johnson set up a winning goal in their 1-0 success. He left Kilmarnock in January 2013 after his contract was mutually terminated. Johnson was eligible to play for the Gibraltar national football team due to his birthplace of his grandmother. In September 2014, the Gibraltar Football Association contacted him regarding interest in playing for the national team in the Euro 2016 qualifiers. Despite considering the offer, he declined, stating, "I don't really want to be running after the world champions. We've got Oldham, got a game on Saturday." Liam Richardson. Richardson started his career at Blackburn Rovers. He made his debut in a 1-0 loss against Leeds United in a Football League Cup match on the 13th of August 1999. On the 13th of July 2000, he moved to Bolton Wanderers for £50,000. He made his debut in the Trotters' 1-1 draw against Burnley in the Football League First Division on the 12th of August 2000. In 2001, Richardson played his part in helping Bolton to return to the Premier League via the playoffs, when they defeated Preston North End in the final at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff. Right, I'm just going to go and check my charger's not seeming to work. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not working, but I'll sort that out after the video. Hopefully it lasts that long. In 2001-2, he moved on loan to Notts County. He made his debut in a 1-1 draw against Cambridge United in the FA Cup on the 17th of November 2001. In 2002-3 season, he moved on loan to Blackpool. He made his debut in a 3-0 win against Peterborough United in the Football League Second Division on the 21st of December 2002. He was sent off against Huddersfield Town on the 1st of January 2003. On the 23rd of June 2003, he joined Blackpool on a free transfer. He made his debut in a 5-0 loss against Queen's Park Rangers on the 9th of August 2003. He scored his first goal for the club against Oldham Athletic in the FA Cup on the 6th of December 2003. Richardson played as a substitute in the victorious 2004 Football League Trophy final. On the 10th of May 2005, he was released from the club, along with Robert Clare. On the 13th of August 2005, he joined Accrington Stanley on a free transfer on non-contract terms. He made his debut against Canvey Island in the Football Conference on the 13th of August 2005. He scored his first goal against Brentford in League Two on the 26th of February 2008. Finally, and hopefully we'll be able to get this wrapped up, please subscribe if you are new around here. Gareth Ainsworth, a former youth player at Blackburn Rovers, the midfielder who is known for his crossing ability, won a move to Preston North End in 1992 after impressing at non-league Northwich Victoria. He moved on to Cambridge United, who in turn loaned him back to Northwich Victoria. He returned to Preston North End in 1993 and established himself in the first team during his second spell at the club. Sold on to Lincoln City in October 1995 for a £25,000 fee, his performance at Lincoln earned him a place on the EFA Third Division Team of the Year in 1996-97, and also won him a £500,000 move to Port Vale in September 1997. After being named as the Port Vale Player of the Year in 1998, he was sold on to Premier League Wimbledon for £2 million in October 1998. He was dogged by injuries at the club, and following loan spells with Preston North End and Walsall, he moved on to Cardiff City for a nominal fee in March 2003. He signed with Queen's Park Rangers in June 2003, and after went on to spend 7 years with the club. During his time at QPR, he helped the club to win promotion out of the second division in 2003 and 4, and twice served as caretaker manager. He joined Wycombe Wanderers in February 2010, following a short loan period. He was named in the PFA League 2 Team of the Year in 2010-11, as Wycombe won promotion out of the division. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you're new around here. That'd be hugely appreciated. We've got many things to come. We've got just quickly, next week on Monday, got the history of Alexandra, and then on Christmas Eve, I'm going to do the same with League Two. But goodbye for now.